Welcome back, guys, to another episode Invest in Your Future. I'm your host, Coach Kenny, and here with another episode. We've been doing a series these past couple weeks every Sunday. We've been doing a series called the Money Game Series. But before I get back to the series, actually, I want to say shout out to Mr. Shola for the haircut. He got me right. He said I was looking rough. Other people were saying I was looking stressed. But we're back to the fresh haircut. But so, guys, thank you again for joining me for another episode. Um, I want to make sure you guys get a shout out for all those people who've been commenting and liking. I appreciate that. Wherever you listen to this, comment, and subscribe. We love to hear from you in terms of what you want to hear, what you want to talk about. But this money game has been very, very important. A lot of people have been getting a lot of traction with it. So I'm really going to continue on. We're on part 4 of the money game. If you have not listened to the previous ones, go back and listen to the first 3. They're all really fantastic in terms of learning the money game. So today we're talking about goals of money, and the goals of your money come down to your money theory. So your money theory. If you're gonna write anything down, write down money theory. Now, if if you really want to understand what your money theory is, I'm going to give you some more questions to follow. And these questions are there to help you improve your own money theory. You don't have to tell anybody these answers, just tell yourself. All right. Now, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what are your thoughts about money? So when you let's say you grab some money, you have, let's say, $100 bill or 100, 200, $100. When you put it down, what are your thoughts about the actual money? What are your thoughts? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it scarcity? There's not enough? Is it I need to pay bills? What are your first thoughts when you look at money? That's your first money theory that you're going to find about yourself. What are your first thoughts when you look at money? It doesn't matter the amount. It could be $100, could be $1, could be $1,000, could be $1,000,000, whatever it is. What are your first thoughts? I'm going to spend it. Like, is that your first thought? I'm going to save it. I'm going to hoard it. I'm going to invest it. That's your money theory first. You have to figure out what your money theory is. That's how you figure it out. You ask yourself that question. Next question you want to ask yourself is, who taught me this? Who taught me my money theory? Who was the actual person? Was it a parent? Was it a friend? Was it a video? Was it, a guru? Was it a class? Was it a financial advisor? Like, you have to ask yourself these questions to find out your money theory. All right. And it's very important to be transparent with yourself so you understand where your own money theory came from. You didn't make it up. You're copying somebody's system. You're copying somebody's money theory. It's important to find out where you got it from. And then, like, in terms of what you believe, now you have, find out what your money theory is and who taught you what you believe. Is it giving you the results that you want? Is it giving you the results that you want? So let me give you an example. If everyone around you that was working was making $50,000 a year, chances are 90% of the time you're going to be making $50,000 a year. So same thing, the scale goes up or down. So if you're around people who are making millions of dollars a year, you are going to be making $1,000,000 a year. Just how it works. So wherever you grew up, whatever the amount is, it's probably programmed in terms of what you can make. And that's wrong. That's a bad theory, because you have this untapped potential that you're not touching in terms of making your money. All right. A couple other questions you want to ask yourself when it comes to money theory is, when you were taught about money, was it more for life, or is it more for leisure? Was it more for life or leisure? So if you're listening about money, life is bills, mortgage, all those things. Leisure is obviously the fun stuff. There's certain parts of the money that you always allocate towards fun. There's always certain amounts you allocate towards life. You have to get that balance right. All right. It's very, very important. Very important, because if most people spend more on the entertainment than they spend on their life, and they're always behind on bills. It's just, that's what the typical people do. So understand, what is your goal with money? If you ask yourself these questions, you'll find out what your money theory is, and you're going to find out what your actual goal is. If your goal is to just survive and pay bills, that's what's going to happen. If your job is I'm just need to survive and get next month paid, then that's what's going to happen. If you say I'm going to thrive, I'm going to make millions of dollars a year, that's what's going to happen. So understand this. So when I'm talking to anybody, I'm coaching anybody, I always ask them, what do you think about money? What are your thoughts about money? Do you want more? Like, this is the most important part of questions you need to ask about yourself. And then who taught you? Who taught you that specific goal that you're aiming for? I just want to pay my bills. That's a goal. Jim Rohn said that's a lousy goal. If you're gonna have a goal, don't make it a lousy goal. All right. So the way we're gonna understand this is figuring out what the goal is. All right. I don't want to reset your goal. All right. This goal is what I said for all my students. All right. And if you listen to me, hopefully you're getting some knowledge, getting some facts. Leave a comment down below in terms of your own money theory. Love to hear it. All right. So, and I had to change mine. Everyone has changed their money theory. Everybody. In either up, actually most likely it's going to be up. You're trying to improve your money theory to make more money. So now the way you do this is you have to have a goal, a certain end goal. All right. The end goal should be 10 million plus. 10 million plus. All right, 10 million plus. The reason is because with 10 million, what you can do is you can just invest the capital, the original 10 million, and live off the interest enough to live a comfortable life. That's why you want to change the kind of money theory. 10 million plus, because you want your original capital to never get lost. You want to live off the interest. You want to live off the dividends. You want to live off the income producing asset that you buy with that capital, or you invest in with that capital, whether it's a business or a piece of real estate, something else that you find. But understand, if you just hoard money and you don't do anything with it, you're going to lose money. The same way, if I take this $100 bills and I just put it down on the chair on my laptop right here, and I leave it there and I go do everything else, it's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to work. It's not going to multiply. It's not going to increase. It's not going to do anything. It's just a piece of paper. All right. It's the vehicle that you put the paper in that produces the results that you want. And that's the 10 million that you want to put that money into. There's something, the vehicle that produces the dividend or the rent or the income from it. That's the income that you live off of. So if you take money and just put it down, nothing happens with it. You have to make it work. You have to put it in the vehicle that makes it work. That's the money theory that you have to change into yourself. So once you have that, then you can live comfortable. Before that, you should live as as frugal as possible so you can get to there quickly as possible. That's the theory. That's the reason you do that. You don't just grind just to grind. You grind to a certain point, and then after that point, then you can live comfortably. That's the whole point. And the money is just a vehicle to get you there. All right. So understand that. And the most important part when it comes to your money theory that you need to change also is three things: how to make it, how to keep it, and how to multiply it. How to make it, keep it, and multiply it. If you remember those things, you'll do well with the money. All right. Make sure you know all those things as well as possible. That's why we do these podcasts and these things to improve people's money mindset and money game. But it's important that they understand those three things. You have to learn how to make the money, whatever the amount is. You have to learn how to keep the money. That's why it's important to go back and listen to the previous podcast about the money game. And third party, you need to learn how to multiply it, how to make money for you. That's one of the most important skills that most people don't get taught in school. That's why we do these things, so people can understand how to do these things to be able to make money while they didn't go to school for it. All right. Don't be afraid to find other teachers that can teach you different things. In school, they taught you geometry. They taught you about cumulus clouds. They taught you about rocks. They taught you about these things, but they didn't teach you about the most important part of your life, which is the money game. All right. So understand that's why we do these podcasts. Invest in Your Future with Coach Kenny. I appreciate you guys. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. We have two more on the money game. Then we're going to switch it up and start bringing more guests back into the podcast. You guys can listen from them to learn other different techniques and tricks and tools and methods and thinking and things that can really improve your money game. All right. So, guys, if you have any questions, like I said, comments, click the link below if you want to set up a one-on-one coach with Coach to be able to get your money game up. It's really affordable. It's really nice. It's really for everyone to be able to get that 1 hour call with Coach. And then once you click the link, find the 30-minute block and get you at least an hour with me to be able to talk about your money theory and see what can help on your end. All right. Otherwise, guys, if you have any other things, please leave them below. If you have any guest ideas, please leave them below. We'd love to hear from you guys. We always love the comments and questions. We got two more things coming up from the money game, and then we'll switch it up and be able to bring on some more guests. All right. Otherwise, guys, love talking to you guys. I'll see you guys at the top.